the Clippers really are a better team. They are simply better. I'm not even getting into it right now. I don't know, but by the way, with Phil Mickelson, I don't think there's a secret at all to why people like LeBron, Serena Williams, Michael Phelps, Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson, why they succeed for so long. They're just well taken care of. If I had to take one of their careers, here, I'm going to go step by step. Okay, so LeBron, I wouldn't want, because I would lose 6 finals, and I'm being compared to Jordan for the rest of my life, so I wouldn't want that. So I'm eliminating LeBron there. Serena Williams, let's hold on that one. I don't know. Michael Phelps, his career has been illustrious. That's not the right word? Illustrious? I don't know. It's been amazing. I mean, he can really only showcase his skills like every 4 years. So I don't know if I'd want to do that. I'd rather showcase my skills like every year, like LeBron, Brady, Mickelson, and all of them. So I'm actually gonna eliminate him. Mickelson, Serena Williams and Tom Brady, those are the 2 guys left. When you're Serena and Tom Brady, you walk around and there's no debate. Like, that's another reason why I eliminated LeBron. Like, there's always going to be a debate. Like, who's there? Like, LeBron can't do anything to prove he's the best. And, like, whenever Jordan fans say, like, oh, he can do this and he'll be the best, and then they add something else. Like, it was, win a ring in it and we'll debate with you. He wins a ring. He didn't get 6, did he? Okay. And he's been to 10 finals. If he wins 6 rings, and that's the standard people are looking at right now, he'd have to go to 12 finals, which is a record for players. But it doesn't matter, because there's always going to be a debate. Like, I would rather just walk down the streets and people just look at me like he's the greatest. Like, that's what you do with Serena Williams and Tom Brady, and also Michael Phelps. Like, you just see them and you're like, yeah, he's the greatest at what he does. Mickelson's not the greatest at what he does. He's just great. Just a great golfer. So it's down to Serena Williams and Tom Brady. I don't know. I'm going to take Brady. I mean, I would want both their careers, honestly. I mean, both of them could just walk down the streets and they get looked at as the best to ever do whatever they do. I'm going to take Brady, though. He's made it to 10 Super Bowls. He's won 7. He's really just untouchable. I don't know. It's going to be a while. I don't think we'll ever see another Tom Brady. I don't think we're ever going to see a quarterback like this who's, like, unathletic. Because, honestly, I think unathletic quarterbacks are being squeezed out of the league. Like, that's another reason why I'm not high on Mac Jones. He's not athletic. And that's where it seems to be headed. Trevor Lawrence is athletic. Trey Lance is athletic. Zach Wilson's kind of athletic. But let's look at the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Mahomes, athletic. Rodgers, athletic. Russell Wilson, athletic. Deshaun Watson, if he gets out of this, is athletic. Josh Allen's athletic. Lamar's athletic. Like, all these guys are athletic. And Mac Jones isn't. But we're never going to see another Tom Brady. Just like... we're not. I'm going to take Brady. Slightly over Serena Williams. I don't know. So I've been talking about, and other analysts have talked about, Tebow making the Jaguars, but it wasn't official until, like, last week. The next thing we're going to be waiting on is if he makes the 53-man roster. Because he made the 90-man roster. Now he's looking to make the 53-man roster. So, I don't know, we'll see. I hope he does. I mean, I'm not against him as a person. I just don't see... I've said this, if anyone else came back after an 8-year hiatus and tried playing another position, I'd laugh at them. Like, let's say Aaron Rodgers retires tomorrow. 8 years later, at the age of 45, he comes back asking to play tight end. I would be rolling on the floor. And this is actually a good comparison, because Rodgers was also a quarterback who is switching to a tight end, and Rodgers is the same height as Tim Tebow. He's 6'2". And I know that sounds tall to normal people, but for football players, especially tight ends, it's not tall. It's short. Normal tight ends are like 6'5". But I hope he makes the 53-man roster. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So Phil Mickelson, the ageless wonder, won the PGA Championship yesterday. I think he's almost 51, actually. Like, it's not like one of those situations where, like, they just turned. Like, he's almost, Yeah, he turns 50 in less than a month. He's won 6 major championships, 3 Masters, 2 PGAs, and he has won 45 events on the PGA Tour. He's had a great career. So great job on that, as he almost turns 51. And when you look at the interview yesterday, all the questions were about his age. That's when you know you're an ageless wonder. When all they're talking about is your age. Like Tom Brady, like, you hear people all the time. Like, I think it was about 3 years ago or 4 years ago where I was just like, okay, I'm not going to try to predict whenever Brady retires because I'm embarrassing myself. I always keep saying he's close to retiring. It's like every year constantly. I'm like, a little close to retire. Okay, no, he's playing till he's like 60. I don't know what. I don't know. But that's when you know you're an ageless wonder, when all people want to talk about is your age. Alright. So, AD had a tough game on Sunday. And LeBron did too. They both obviously... Hold on, did they... I think they had Luka's game. Like, when you combine their stats, they had Luka's game. So Luka... Alright, what did Luka do? He had 31, 10, and 11. AD and LeBron combined for 31, 14, and 12. That's terrible. And he had better shooting, Luka. What AD has to do, I saw him on the perimeter a lot yesterday. Sunday. Like, he's got to get down low. They won last year because of that. Because he went down low. And if he's not there, if he's not playing well, then they're not going to win. I mean, if LeBron in 2018 couldn't win the championship against the Warriors, he's not going to put this team on his back and have that playoff run again and beat the Nets. Like, he's just not going to do that. I mean, I'm not saying he's, washed or anything. Like, we got to stop calling players like LeBron and Brady washed, you know? It's, again, something where you embarrass yourself when you say it. You embarrass yourself when you say that they're washed. Because people, and I saw this a lot on some LeBron fan accounts. I think it was like 2 years ago. It was when Kawhi had his best year with the Raptors. His best year. Kawhi's best year, when people were really thinking he was the best player in the league, LeBron had those stats in his off year, that same year, 2019. So we gotta stop calling players like these guys washed, because until they actually, and I understand how it could be an off year for them, but I'm not going to consider anyone washed until they actually have a year that isn't that good. Like Rodgers, before this year when he won MVP, the last 2 years, he had 25 touchdowns and 26 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions and 4 interceptions. And I know 26-4 and 25-2 sounds incredible, and it is, believe me. I've said it many times. People thought, and obviously the Packers GM thought, Aaron Rodgers was going downhill. And I said before this year, Aaron Rodgers is still a top 5 quarterback. The pushback was insane. But I didn't care, because I knew I was right. You know, when I know I'm right, I take the heat. I don't care. But I mean, if I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure about this, then I debate with them, you know. But if I'm sure, and I was sure that Aaron Rodgers is still a top 5 quarterback, I just commented it on social media. I sat back and let people attack me. I did not care. All right, so the Padres became the first MLB team to reach 30 wins this year. They're definitely currently the best team in baseball right now. Yankees have been on fire, but they are losing right now to the Blue Jays. But 8 of their last 10. How about the Rays actually made it to 30 wins yesterday. They're on fire, 11 straight victories. But I really like the Padres. I do. I think their lineup is so good, really. And I thought the Dodgers would be a lot. And people aren't overreacting as much as they were about the Dodgers. Because now they're kind of coming back. They've won 9 of their last 10. They're kind of coming back, and they just beat the Giants. I think they, hold on. Yeah, they swept the Giants just now. So, there's a lot less, outrage on the, Dodgers right now. But, Padres have probably consistently this season, been the most consistently good team. Because the Yankees had their problems early. Dodgers had their problems early. Rays had their problems early. Padres have always been up there. You know, the Yankees and Dodgers and Rays had to have some incredible win streak. So, congrats to the Padres there. Hope they don't keep it up so the Yankees can do better there. All right. So that would have been yesterday's podcast. This would have been today's podcast. You know how many times I'm gonna mention OTAs today, and just because I think it's an outrage that people are frustrated with Aaron Rodgers not going to OTAs. By the way, they're not even required. And, I don't think... Tom Brady a couple years ago didn't attend OTAs. Unfortunately, Brady hadn't already demanded out. And...